Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
¿Qué pasa, LumioseStation? My name is 6fthax or Leo, and I am one of the newest conductors to this channel. For those of you who do not know me, I have been uploading to YouTube for about 3 years now. My main forte, I guess you could say, is narrating Wi-Fi battles, which is what I will be bringing to LumioseStation. But I will also be starting a new series soon on this channel, and I will alternate between narrated Wi-Fi battles and that new series. So if you do enjoy my first official upload to LumioseStation, by all means feel free to click the like button and come check out my channel. And actually, if we can get this video up to 300 likes, that'll definitely tell me that you guys would like to see more content coming from me, just because when I did upload my submitted video, I did get a lot of great feedback. So if you guys do like the fact that I am officially a conductor on this channel, by all means click the like button. Now, looking at team preview, this is indeed an OU battle, and going into this battle, the biggest threat I saw on my opponent's team was going to be the Mamoswine, just because nothing on my team safely switches into Mamoswine, so I really have to watch out for that. So he's going to be leading off with a Thunderous, as I'm going to be leading off with my Slowking. Now, I am Assault Vest, which means I should be able to take any hit that he wants to go for, and then I can get off a huge amount of damage with the Psyshock. I guess looking back at it, I could have gone for the Scald, but there was a possibility that he most likely had Water Absorb on his Jellicent, so I knew that Psyshock would have definitely been my better move to go for, as opposed to going for the Scald, as I'm able to get off a respectable amount of damage on the Gardevoir. I am then going to switch directly into my Sylveon, just because I am max special defense and max HP, so I should be able to take any move that this Gardevoir wants to go for. As he ends up Mega Evolving, he's going to go for the Hyper Voice, and he does a whole lot more damage to my Sylveon than I thought he would do. But I'm going to stay in, knowing that I can take a Psyshock. I'm actually going to go for the Wish, but he ends up making what I would say a bit of an odd play by going for the Substitute. I guess maybe he thought that I wouldn't have the Hyper Voice, because most Sylveons do tend to carry Moonblast, but honestly the better move to carry on Sylveon, if you do have the Pixelate ability, is Hyper Voice, because not only does it go through substitutes, but it does get a power boost because of Pixelate, and I'm even going to be able to knock out the Gardevoir, which is really great because that's one less thing I have to worry about. As he brings in the Porygon Z, I'm thinking, okay, I'm max special defense, max HP, I can live any hit that this Porygon Z wants to go for. No, he turns out to be Choice Specs Modest with adaptability and a Hyper Beam, and my Sylveon just dies. But this is actually kind of good, because now I can bring in my Charizard and I make a really bad play, and instead of going for the Dragon Dance, I go straight for the Flare Blitz. And for those of you who are wondering, this is actually a very defensive Mega Charizard X as opposed to the standard offensive Charizard X, because I am a huge advocate of bulky Megazord X, just because it is very underrated in my opinion. So I switch it to my Slowking, thinking I can easily take 2 Hyper Beams. It just died. This Porygon Z is putting in work that it should not be putting in right now, and you would think that things like this that are gimmicky with Hyper Beam and adaptability would not do anything, but as you saw there, he just got rid of 2 of my walls with just 1 move, and just, yeah, Hyper Beam, adaptability, Choice Specs, Porygon Z, ladies and gentlemen, is a threat, so be on the lookout for that. So he's going to bring the Conductor, and the reason why this is so sped up is because it's me basically staying in, trying to Dragon Dance, and alongside that knock out this Conductor, because the fact that he didn't lead off with Mamoswine has me thinking that he isn't Focus Sash, which means if I can get up to at least +2 speed, I should be able to outspeed the Mamoswine, knock him out, and then possibly sweep through his team. Unfortunately though, this Conductor keeps getting crits, and it's starting to get a little bit frustrating, but this is why I do like Megazord X as a bulky variant as opposed to an offensive variant, just because I can easily set up all over this Conductor. Eventually I end up going for the Dragon Claw, confident in the fact that I could take an Ice Shard coming from a Life Form Mamoswine, but I go for the Dragon Claw. I don't bring him down to a Sash, and he's going to be able to knock me out with the Earthquake. Now, at the time of the battle, I didn't know that he was Focus Sash. He actually told me after the battle that he was Focus Sash, which means even if I did bring him down to a Sash, I wouldn't have knocked him out, obviously, and he would have still been able to knock me out with the Earthquake. So I bring in my Heliolisk, and I'm going to go straight for the Surf, confident in the fact that he wouldn't want to bring in the Jellicent, as he now brings in the Jellicent. Because I am a Choice Scarf variant, I cannot switch up my moves, so I am going to be forced to switch out. As I bring in my Mandibuzz, predicting him to want to go for the Will-O-Wisp, I am now just going to go for the Toxic, because from the looks of it, I do have a good chance of winning this battle. I just have to make the right plays and the right predictions. So I'm going to stay in and I'm just going to try to wear down this Jellicent, because if I'm able to get rid of this Jellicent, that means I should have an easier time dealing with his last Pokemon, which is the Thundurus. And I'm going to be forced to go for the Roost this turn, and he's going to make a very nice play predicting my Roost, and he's going to bring in the Thundurus. Unfortunately, my last two Pokemon alongside my Mandibuzz are my Heliolisk and my Bisharp. And I'm very confident in the fact that Bisharp is going to be able to win me this battle, so I have no choice but to switch directly into my Heliolisk. The reason why I did this is because with him having this Thundurus and having the Volt Absorb ability, I can freely spam my electric type stab moves. So what I'm going to do is actually go for the Focus Blast, thinking that he would leave in his Thundurus, but he makes a very nice play, switches directly into his Jellicent, knowing that I would not go for the Thunderbolt or the Volt Switch, as I then double switch into my Bisharp, predicting him to go for the Protect. He's actually going to double out into his Thundurus, which is really bad, because if he does have the Focus Blast, he can easily knock me out. So unfortunately, I'm put in a position where I have to switch into my Heliolisk as Death Fodder, just because my Mandibuzz is burned, and I don't think that it will be able to take a combination of Focus Blast and the burn damage. So as I bring in my Mandibuzz, I really wanted to double switch this turn into my Bisharp, but I honestly thought that that play was way too obvious and that he would actually stay in and go for another Focus Blast, so I decided to go for the Roost. So I stay in, predicting him to want to switch into the Thundurus, predicting me to switch into my Bisharp, and I go for the Toxic. And now, the fact that he actually stayed in has me thinking that he's going to try to leave in his Jellicent just to get off as much damage as he can on my Mandibuzz. So what I'm going to do is actually go for the knockoff, and this is where I royally mess up by knocking off his Choice Scarf. And the reason why this is so crucial is because now he is not going to be locked into this Thunderbolt, which my Bisharp does resist. At this point, my only chance to even win this battle is for him to miss the Focus Blast and me get up a Swords Dance. Unfortunately, he does end up hitting the Focus Blast, and that is going to be the 2-0 victory in his favor. Now, I did lose, but I'm the kind of person that I don't care if I lose as long as the battle was good, and this, in my opinion, was a good battle. That Porygon Z definitely caught me off guard. I honestly thought that it was not going to be a problem whatsoever, but I underestimated it, and just... yeah, I think that Porygon Z was definitely my downfall, because he got rid of both my special walls, which could have been able to deal with the Thundurus. But in the long run, it was definitely a fun battle that I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, make sure to leave a comment down below and to click that like button to come check me out, and subscribe to LumioseStation if you have not already. So with that, I will see you all next week. So later, everybody.